Test.
There you go. Coming on the speakers now.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so hello, bonjour, Boki. We're going to start our program, but first I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Blackfoot people in the Niitsitapi.
And we're here in Waterton Lakes National Park. My name is Max.
My name is Will, and we have a bit of an unconventional start to our show today. We're just letting everybody know that there is an evacuation alert in place for Waterton Lakes National Park. I've talked to some of you guys about it, but we have a fire burning down in Glacier in the Boundary Creek area. It's about 700 hectares. As you can feel, the wind is blowing away from it, but that evacuation alert is in place just in case something happens and we need to go. What that means is we all need to be ready to leave within an hour if we do need to evacuate, and we'll be coming around and letting everybody know if that's the situation. For now, we're just going to run our program. Our program today is going to be about half an hour long. If you guys have any questions, feel free to come up and ask them at the end of the show.
The program today, I'm really excited because it's about one of my favorite topics, invasive plants.
And native plants.
True. Why don't you tell them what a native plant is, Will?
Well, a native plant is a plant that's grown up in this ecosystem. It's adapted and evolved with the other plants and animals, and is actually healthy and doing really well in this area.
Now, an invasive plant is something different. It was brought here either accidentally or on purpose from another part of the world, and it has a negative impact on this ecosystem.
Yeah, invasive plants can actually kill the native plants. And you know what? I love native plants. I've got to find some way to help.
Oh, well, there's a lot of programs you can get involved with here in the park, Will, if you want to help out. Will? Will? Okay, I seem to have lost my co-host. But that's fine, because we'll just get on with the show, all right? Well, welcome to today's story of adventure, of belonging, and of plants. Welcome to Bloom or Doom.
Hello, sunshine. What a beautiful day here in Waterton. Whoa, you know what? There's actually a lot of sunshine. It's because there's no more branches on the tree. And weird. The ground's black, like it was burnt or something. Burnt? There must have been a fire here. Well, it's a good thing that I'm here because my name is Fireweed and I'm an important part of post-fire renewal. I help out in a lot of ways. I'll spread my roots out to hold that soil in place. And I also actually represent a really important food source for ungulates like sheep, deer, elk. They love to eat my leaves. Plus, you can see my beautiful flowers. They're really important for pollinators like butterflies. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but humans like to eat me as well. They'll take my leaves and fry them up and eat them as a snack. And my leaves have been used as tea in Russia for a really long time. My name is Fireweed, and I am here to help.
Fireweed? Ew. You're obviously an invasive plant, okay?
Well, that's not true. I'm a native plant.
Yeah, you just said that you leave the tea in Russia. I mean, you're in Russia, you're all over here, you're obviously invasive, okay?
That's not true. I'm a native plant all over the northern hemisphere, from Russia to England to Waterton Lakes National Park. I'm supposed to be here.
Okay, you just said that your name is Fireweed. I mean, everybody knows weed means bad, duh.
That's not true. I'm a native plant, and not all plants that have weed in their name are not supposed to be here. Think of water smartweed or gumweed.
Okay, what about the spotted knapweed or orange hawkweed, huh?
I don't know how to convince you. It's just not
Okay, you know what, Fireweed? You're not fooling anyone, all right? You're obviously an invasive plant, because you're definitely a weed. Bye-bye.
Wow, she was really mean. Whoa, that was not my song, but that's okay. I can monologue for a while about how important fireweed is to this ecosystem. I can't believe she was talking like that about me. She was so mean, and who even likes big gulps anymore? That was really weird. Plus, her vest was a really ugly shade of purple. I can't believe she was wearing that with the green shirt. But anyways, she couldn't say that about me, that I'm not a native plant, that I'm an invasive plant even. My parents grew up right here in this very soil, and I spent the entire winter underground as a tiny seed. This spring, I finally sprouted into this beautiful park to absorb the sunlight and help out. Waterton is where I'm supposed to be. It's where I belong, right? After fire has come, you will will see my faith among the first to grow again. It's me, fireweed, and my net of roots keep the soil in place, paving the way for the return of other seeds. But I hear them say I'm a weed, an invasive, come from far away, conquering in throngs. But I know transplant, I'm a native plant. I will do most anything to prove that I belong. That's what I'll do. I don't know how, but I'll prove that I belong here in Waterton.
Yes, off you go, little fireweed. Fly off to prove yourself. Fly, 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 fly. Fool. Well, he's off proving that he's not an invasive plant. The real invasives can spread out and take over. Oh, please, darlings, don't look so surprised. I mean, what did you expect from me? Spotted knapweed. I don't just push out the native plants, no, darling. Oh, not yet, sweetheart. Sit down again. There you go. Wait till I say your name. No, I don't just put out the native plants. No, I poison them too. Oh, really? It's what I've been doing ever since I was brought here to North America. Oh, not on purpose, true, no. No, I hitched a ride with some alfalfa seed and was planted right along with it. Oh, but you know, darling, some of those invasive plants have had an even easier time. Yes, why, they were brought here as little medicines or as pretty little flowers for the front garden.
Yes, no garden is going to hold us back, what?
And no native plant will either, orange hawkweed, meine Schatzi.
Yes, our invasive expeditionary forces are the best in the world.
Oh, and we are going to spread out with our wonderful adaptations to outcompete those native plants.
Yes, I, orange hawkweed, attack on 3 fronts, using runners, seeds, and roots. I also don't have to worry about that silly pollination business, as I can produce my seeds asexually. On top of that, I don't just grow here, I'll actually push out those silly little native plants.
Quite the impressive adaptations, Liebchen. Oh, but you know, I have some as well. Why, I don't just push them out. I seep catechin into the soil, which changes the pH and makes it so that all my neighbors, they die. Oh, and then, of course, darling, I'm going to take that space for my children. I mean, I make up to 40,000 seeds per plant, and they can last in the soil for up to 10 years before sprouting.
Yes, quite fantastic adaptations. But if we want to talk about seed life, we have to introduce one of our compatriots, common mullein.
Wonderful, darling.
Producing 240,000 seeds per plant that can last up to 100 years in the soil. They're the perfect person to conquer these untouched and disturbed areas.
Oh, and of course, darling, you're wonderful at growing in those soils where other plants just struggle to survive. It almost makes up for you being called cowboy toilet paper.
Yes, quite. Let's have a big round of applause for common mullein. You may have a seat. Thank you so much.
Oopsie Daisy, who's this? Oxeye Daisy, darling, wonderful to see you here today. Oh, you know, this could be your year for Waterton, darling. I mean, you really only grow well in soils where it's been disturbed, and there's lots of sunlight, and after the fire, that's everywhere. This is your year.
Yes, and it's quite fantastic with 200 to 300 seeds, 40% of which can be deposited into the ground, digested, and then deposited somewhere else. You're the perfect undercover operative.
So undercover that your seeds are often still found in popular seed mixes, darling. Oh, talk about devious. Let's give this flower fatale a big round of applause.
Yes, quite. There's no way that any of the plants in Waterton stand a chance against us invading their space.
Why, of course, darling. Why, it's what we do best. Come invasives, listen to this spotted knapweed. Plants who come from Asia, Europe, England, France. Native plants should break the sphere. By the end of this short year, they'll be everywhere and they won't stand a chance. True? Yeah.
Sure, this ecosystem's fate might just be tragic, as we spread out in the aftermath of fire. When we take a fighting stance, choking out those native plants, you can't deny for herbivores it's dire.
Hear us, invasive plants! Disperse your seeds!
With our roots advancing outward and no sunlight blocking trees, yes, it's quite clear, we'll succeed.
So fear us, you native plants! We'll come for you! Before you ever think of sprouting, we'll be growing in your place, pushing you out! What we do!
Now this might fill you with dread, but humans help us in our spread.
We hitch rides from place to place by getting caught on your pants, shoes, dogs, and bike. While you cycle, play, or hike, then we'll take root in a new sport.
Yes, and how are the silly humans to notice a small seed in the tread of their shoe or on the tread of their bike as they hike through this wonderful park, admiring the mountains, looking at the lakes, and taking in our beautiful flora and fauna?
Oh, but of course, darling, we're so stealthy, but you know, it's always been this way. Ever since we're being brought over here to North America. I mean, who was going to notice one little seed in with a hay bale, the corner of their suitcase, or even cuffed in their pant leg, darling? Oh, but if you want to know what a devious bunch we are, well done. Just take a look at our crew. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Orange hawkweed was a garden ornamental. I escaped using runner's seeds and roots. Wherever my runners grow, be sure it's going to slow native plant growth till I've given them the boot.
And common mullein was a medicine from Asia, with 240,000 seeds per plant, which can last 100 years. He's the source of many fears. The chance of getting rid of him is scant.
Even a daisy can be evil when it's oxeye. Pretty face, vile plant. Though she chokes out native plants, she does it all while looking good, so she still has lots of fans.
Now hear me, all native plants, spotted, nap feed. Once you're gone, I can spread further in my deadly little dance, sweeping toxins in the soil. My neighbors never stood a chance. I will sweep across this landscape. Nothing will stop my advance. It's time for invasive plants.
That was dripping, my dear. Now I'm going to grab onto this passing shoe and spread further throughout the park.
Oh, all right, lovely to see you on Hawkweed. Auf Wiedersehen, darling. Now, where do I feel like spreading to next? Oh, you know, I just love colonizing new soils here in the park. And, well, that just looks like a lovely spot right there. I hope you don't mind if I just squish in with you here, my dear native plant darlings. Thank you. Move it. Thank you. Oh, now, don't worry if you don't like me being here. You won't be alive long enough to complain anyway. I'm already seeping out my toxins. Oh, but you know, you've got a wonderful view here. I think that I'm going to like growing right here very much.
Oh, wow. Guys, I think I've done it. I've been working really hard throughout the park to spread my roots out and hold that soil in place. I've also been representing a really important food source for ungulates like sheep, deer, elk, and all those pollinators love my beautiful flowers. Oh, but you know what? It's pretty hard work doing all this, so I think I'm just gonna take a really quick nap. So you guys hold down the fort, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Just need my rest. Oh, okay.
Poor little Fiery. So tired. Completely kaput. Oh, so nice of you to let your guard down for me, darling. It's going to make choking you out even easier.
Spotted knapweed, I'm not afraid of you. You can't push me out.
Oh, please, sweetheart. I'm already sweeping toxins into the soil towards you. Don't worry, darling. This will only last a little bit. Now, hold still. This is going to hurt. What's this?
Not so fast. Your reign of terror has gone on long enough, spotted knapweed. I, with the vegetation management crew at Waterton Lakes National Park, am here to stop you with my gloves.
What's this human doing?
Well, this is our vegetation management crew, and they're actually a really important part. They help prevent invasive plants from spreading out. Plus, everybody here in the audience today can help us by doing these 3 simple steps. Play, clean, go. When you're done playing in an area, make sure that you clean off your shoes, your bike, maybe even your dad if you've been running through the vegetation. And then you're good to go on your way.
Please, that might keep me out of new parts of the park where I haven't started growing yet. But what about the areas where I'm already well established? What are you going to do about that?
That's what these guys are also helping us with. Vegetation management is actually putting weevils out into the park.
What's a weevil?
Well, not many of our native animals like to eat you, but weevils love the taste of spotted knapweed.
What?
All right, get her!
No! The weevils! They're eating my flower and my roots! No! The irony! The poetic justice!
Let's have a big round of applause for our vegetation management crew specialist. Special order from Parks Canada today. And you know what? I think we've managed to push that knapweed out. I think I might think about it, in fact. I have found my place. I'll help fire renewal, keeping soil in place. I'll show that I'm strong, fight invasive vile. I will face the trial. Growing here in Waterton, that is right, where I belong. I finally found my place and grown to maturity in this beautiful soil. I'll hold it in place for our other native plants, and I'll push out those nasty invasives. Together, working with vegetation management, you guys, and our native plants, we can do it. Yeah!
You go, fireweed! Keep working to keep the soil in place and let the native plants live here, and all of us can help out as well with those 3 simple steps we learned just a moment ago. Everybody say them with me. Play, clean, go! Okay, I got 2. We can do better than that. And we can do it with the actions. All right, ready? Play, clean, go! Ooh, much better. I knew I liked this group. Fantastic.
Fireweed actually said he could hear it from way over there.
Amazing.
But just to make sure that you guys don't forget, we're actually going to solidify it with another song. I think.
Unless the thunder comes, but it's not yet, so we're good. Yeah, there we go. Ah, yeah! Play, clean, go. That's the thing to know. Help to stop the seeds of all the weeds trying to grow. Play, clean, go. You can do it, bro. Stop invasive plants and save the park for tomorrow. All the invasives creeping attack. Give native plants a chance to fight back. Brush all the seeds off before you part and show native plants that they're in your heart. Stop the invasives before they start. Native plants will take the chance with fire renewal. But those invasives are combative and oh, so cruel.
From orange hawkweed to oxeye seeds, invasives cause concern.
Spotted knapweed and mullein are all trying to colonize the fern. Play, clean, go. Plants as fighter foes. Each of us can help, and that's the point of this whole show. Clean your shoes, dad and boat and bike. After you go cycling, swimming, canoeing, or hike.
You can see all the steps are easy.
Play is the first until you're crazy.
Clean off your gear and your dog and cat.
Go on your way, don't forget your hat. Simple and painless, just like that.
How can you stop invasive plants?
Play, clean, go. What gives the native plants a chance? Play, clean, go.
Be a great park lifesaver.
Doing native plants a favor. Play, clean, go. 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 That's the thing to know. Save the park. Play clean, go. You can do it, bro. Make your mark. All the invasives. Big attack. Invasive plants a chance to fight back. Leave behind all invasive seeds. Then you'll be a hero.
Yeah, you're a hero.
Now you're a hero. Yes, indeed.
Very cool. So that's the end of our show. I might really quickly start to put away the electrical gear because it might rain, and Max will do the closing stuff of the show.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for coming out today. We would like to remind everyone that Play Clean Go is really important in the wake of the fire last year. Trying to keep things out of our trails, although most of our trails are currently closed at the moment. That is due to the evacuation warning that we have in place. But again, just making sure that you guys are prepared. If we did get the notice to evacuate, you could do so within 1 hour. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about today, I'm more than happy to try and answer those after the show. And if you'd like to fill out an evaluation form, this tells us what you thought of the program, and it also enters you in a draw to win some great park swag, so definitely enter that. Other than that, one more round of applause for our volunteers.